All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and Shalom to the hopeful elect, the Akim and Akwaf scattered around the four corners of the planet Earth that have returned to the obedience of the scriptures in these latter days. All right, and I'm going to entitle this "Sit Down." All right, Trump's plan for mass deportation, persecution, and Jacob's trouble. All right, so really, those are the main three things. I wanted the spirit. Spirit was on me to get into, because basically, we're at the door of this happening. And a matter of fact, could a brother pull Romans 13 and 11, Baba Kasha? Yeah, because we gonna keep pushing this word, man. And every time you hear this word, guess what? We're closer. And I started off. I pulled up this quote because the elder Tahar had just mentioned it in his video. But really, through the spirit, it's what has been, kind of in the midst of brothers like minds going back the last few years. The calm before the storm. Like the brother said before we cut the lesson on. The Lord has pretty much set up this thing to where, like when the elders say the prophecies are popping like popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
When you put the popcorn in the microwave for that first minute or two, nothing happens. It just sits flat, in the microwave. But guess what? Once that first kernel starts popping, they just start popping faster and faster and faster, and that's what we see playing out right now. You had that.
Yep. Romans 13 and 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep."
Yep. It says, "And that knowing the time." All right. You can't overlook that part, right? Something we talk about often is situational awareness. That's a skill set that the prophets have. That's a skill set that the men of the Lord have. Being aware of where we're at, on the timeline. Right now ain't the time to be, getting deeper into your, investments into the world and women and your job situation, right? Which may be cool. All that may be sweet and dandy. All right. But really, as we went into in a prior lesson, really we're at the point where we're ready to be pilgrims. We're ready to pick up, pack up shop and then keep it pushing. That's the point that we're at. Could you read that again, Baba Shah?
Yep. Romans 13 and 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep."
Yep, it's high time to awake out of sleep, man. So I'm gonna read this quote by Vladimir Lenin real quick, and if you brothers had any precepts, you got it. It says, "There are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen." All right, and we see the stage being set for that. All right, as brothers have been going into Trump coming back in, the stars are aligning, so to speak, for him to make basically a very draconian, legislation, pass quickly, and I'm gonna hold Revelations 12 too, right, where it talks about the coming down with great wrath, because we basically see, he has the Senate, right? He got the House,
Yeah, all three branches.
He got the spirit of these Edomites, because really through the spirit, if he wanted to do a coup, he has the backing, of these right-wing Edomites. Like if Trump right now today were to say, "Fuck it, I'm taking office. Biden is about to start World War III," so on and so forth. These Edomites, they'd be right behind him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
For sure, if I may say, because he has the military really in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Pentagon will be like, "Okay, bet, let's start the presidency early. We don't need an inauguration, all right, because they're with the shit. They're they're with the shit. So hey, and it will be the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Rome. You know, they were slaughtering each other. I think it's Second Ezra chapter 11. They were stabbing each other in the back. You know, for the next monarchy to come up. You know.
Yep, it was a bloodbath. It was like Game of Thrones, or like it was a constant war for the throne, man.
Yeah, they would kill the young Caesars, you know, so they couldn't even take root.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing today.
Yep. Y'all any precepts or anything?
Also in full, that's Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 5.
You got it.
It says, "Behold, said Yahweh Shem Shai." It says, "I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction."
Yep.
Okay, so this thing that Trump wants to implement, right, it's a plague for the elect. You know, it's a plague for the nation of Israel. Okay, because it's going to institute. You got it?
I was going to ask you if you could jump up to verse 3.
Come. Like it.
No, you good.
It says, this is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 3. It says, "Fear not the imaginations, fear not the imaginations against thee."
Right, fear not the imaginations against thee. Right, because right now as we speak, we got these Edomites licking their chops. All right, waiting to get their hands on Jake. You got all these stories coming out about. I don't know if y'all saw that story about it. It was either an elementary school kid or a middle school kid. He got hung in the bathroom.
Yeah, I saw that.
Saw that. He survived.
Yeah.
But
it happened.
Right.
All right.
These are tokens.
And really, they're trying to bury that story. All right, because they want to keep their society pure. All right, and everybody's saying that it was a racial act.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, everybody that talks about it saying, "Hey, that was racial." Mm-hmm. They allowed that to happen, and they bounced back. "Oh no, it was just kids being kids. They were playing." Nah, that was instituted in his soul.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was his spirit coming back right there. He had a flashback.
Yep.
But you got it. Right.
You could keep going and we're in the second verse 15, right? Yeah, you got it.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 3. It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee." It says, "Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." It says, "For all the unfaithful, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness."
Yep. You got some, Malak, by chance?
Yeah, I did.
What you got?
This is can you read that again?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to get into that.
Okay. It says verse 4.
The last verse you read.
It says, "For all the unfaithfulness, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." It says, "Behold, saith Yahweh Shem Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Okay, so all these things were already set up to be. Okay, all this fear that people have right now, because whenever you back somebody in the corner, all right, they're gonna lash out, and that's what Esau's about to do right now. He's been back in the corner, having all these jakes come in, and now he's gonna lash out and try to take his so-called country back.
Yeah.
Right, you guys,
did you want verse 3 again on that?
Yeah.
Oh, you want 3? So
yeah, I can read it. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 3 again. It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee."
Right. And that incredulity, we know, is that unbelief. The unbelief, everybody, like the quote you just read, Right? Can you read that again? That quote real quick.
Yep. It says there are decades where nothing happens.
Right. There's decades where nothing happens. You know, that incredulity. Well, where the prophecies at?
Yep.
Where's I don't see everybody been crying civil war. Everybody been crying. You know, famine, hyperinflation, World War III. Right. That's what people saying online. Every time I look in the comment section, oh, it's this boy who cried wolf. Everybody's just repeating that. You know. Yep. Oh yeah, but it's this shit here. Yep. We see biblical prophecy popping up, and the Lord has everything cooking at the same time. That meal is almost ready. Yeah. You know
what you had? 2 Peter.
No.
Can I read something for you real quick? And you break it down. 2 Peter 3:9. It says, I'll start at verse 8. It says, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing."
Right, and this is strictly a message to the house of David. Beloved, you see, that's a cosign and a signature, a signet to the house of David, man. These messages are for us. You know, because we see these things happen. You know, we see these things happening. Okay? Faith is the substance of things not seen, the evidence of things hoped for, right? So that incredulity is causing the blindness of these people not to be able to receive the prophecies that the Lord has given unto his servants. You got it, bro.
It says, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise."
Yeah, the Lord is not slack, man. He gonna come through on his promise. What he said, like how he said, "Let there be light." Let there be, you know, let man be here. You know, let pretty much going into the creation. His word, it went forth and it happened. So when his word goes forth saying that these things will happen and this world will be destroyed and it's gonna perish through fire, it's gonna happen, man. It's not gonna come back void.
See? Yeah. Matter of fact, it's like the point is in verse 4. I started too far down. It says, I'll start at verse 3, 2 Peter 3:3. It says, "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, Where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation." That's the mentality of niggas, man. But little do they know, the Lord, the scriptures say, Isaiah 45:15, the Lord is a power that hideth himself. Yeah. All right. So the Lord, and then also in that same chapter, it says, the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. Right. So the Lord is purposely lulling you people to sleep so that he can basically maximize the amount of damage that he does. Yeah. Because he wants you people to feel it. Mm-hmm. You know?
He don't want you to see it coming.
Yep.
All right. So you can be in that complete bliss mode. All right. And then he's gonna come.
But I know you did have a precept. I was just bring that out to back you up.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is Hosea chapter 9, verse 7. It says, "The days of visitation are come, the days of recompense are come. Israel shall know it. The prophet is a fool, the spiritual man is mad. For the multitude of thine iniquity and great hatred, and the great hatred." Okay, so yeah, this time of visitation is coming. The Lord is about to visit the nation of Israel for all the iniquity, all the incredulity, all you meme posting ass niggas, man. You know, all that shit talking is about to be put to it's about to be ceased. All the pride, man, it's about to come to a close. We're about to see mass deport, especially down here in Texas, man, where we see fucking Northern Kingdom acting a fool, man. Mm-hmm. So call Allah Yahweh Shah, the Lord is getting away, be about to put Nero on that ass, man.
Yep.
Just like that fire that was started. He's gonna blame it on the Jews, right? Everything's gonna be blamed on us, right?
Yeah.
You know, now it's gonna be blamed on Israel as a whole, but the 1/3, like, so whenever we went into captivity, not just the ones that did bad, you know, went in there, the whole nation did. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a whole nation thing, you know?
Yep.
Because they're going to bring back words of papers back, right?
Yep. Can we bring out that Revelation 12? Come down to you in great wrath. And I'm going to play this clip while we're pulling that precept real quick, right? just to go into this mass deportation plan, because really this plan, the mass deportation, like we were talking about, really that's just the pretext. That's just the cover for basically the persecution of the men of the Lord. Now we'll see how it plays out. But ultimately, when Trump gives the green light for people just to get snatched up all right, out of their crib, all right, that's going to give the government the power to all you niggas, all you people, all you like case in point, the IUIC congregation who done documented, they done got their name legally changed, they done gave them their social security.
In Israel.
Right. All you Israelites, right, who have been insincerely, taking part in this thing, they're gonna be pulling up to your house too.
Oh yeah.
The scriptures say, 1 Peter the 4th chapter. All right, for judgment is gonna begin at the house of the Most High. All right, so again, man, we're very close. But I'm gonna play this real quick.
To a post on his social media platform saying he will declare a national emergency and use military assets for a mass deportation program, a program he pledged.
So I'll read that tweet again just so we get all the meat off of that. It says, good news. Reports are the incoming from Donald Trump's administration prepared to declare a national emergency and will use military assets to reverse the Biden invasion through a mass deportation program, right? So all these FEMA compounds, if we're even allowed to say that word, right? These sea camps, right, that are set up all over the United States, all right, and like in ducked off ass locations. Now some some FEMA camps you can see, they have like, in various parts, like in various parts of the nation, you might be able to drive by one. But those are just they're way more than that.
The black sites.
Black sites.
Yeah. You see all these arenas. Like you got the soccer fields, these high school arenas are like fucking community college football fields. Like that's gonna be a concentration. I mean, a seat camp.
Mm-hmm.
These Walmarts, these big storehouses. Yeah. When the famine comes, okay, what do you have now? There's a commercial real estate crisis on that's been looming America for years now. Mm-hmm. So you have cheap real estate in commercial senses,
empty buildings,
and that's been slowly. You remember the brother did a video about that 2 years ago. Slowly, you see military troops putting infrastructure and shit in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it can roll out like that overnight.
So do you remember whenever Elder Malcolm was talking about the mall apocalypse? Mm-hmm. So all these malls, all these big lavish malls, Dillard's, JC Penney's, all of them are smashed in one area, right? But they have 3 layers. They have a first story, second story, and third story. Okay, all that's going to be cleared out. People are going to be put in there.
Yeah. I had a precept. If y'all got, I got real quick, and then y'all keep going.
What was that?
2 Kings 15:10. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter." Right, and especially nowadays when you look at like industrialized farming, right? It's basically like when you watch the documentaries about like big agriculture, or not big agriculture, but like the cow plants.
Oh yeah.
Where they got all the different animals, basically streamlined into the slaughter.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has laid out for you wicked niggas, man. The Lord has allowed Babylon the Great to basically build up this entire, hidden infrastructure while you was asleep. And little do you know, when the Lord let back the winds, they're gonna be rounding you niggas up, man, and taking you, your kids, right, separating you like
back in slavery times all over again.
Exactly.
And always remember that slavery happened first to the Northern Kingdom, right? Then it happened to Judah. It's going to be the same thing all over again. Okay, this time in a more precise, executed way. But I was going to pull that 2 Ezra 16, but I don't want to jump the gun.
Connor, can I just finish this last line and I'll pass it to you. 2 Ezra 15:10, it says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." Right? Because really the Lord, like you mentioned, mostly Northern Kingdom coming up here, seeking a better life here in America, aka Babylon the Great. We all are about to be in for a rude ass awakening. Babylon the Great is not as sweet as you dummies thought it was, but really, it's all the spirit. Y'all were already catching hell, right? Because they've been catching hell all over the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Your life was already shitty over there in North, South, and Central America, right? But you thought coming up here was gonna, ease the pain. Well, guess what? The Lord is gonna ease the pain.
Yep.
He gonna mercy delete your ass.
Mercy.
You gonna go back to the spirit world.
Yeah.
Or you gonna have a temporary stay where you get documentation by your admission into the draft, and you get to meet Yahushua himself in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Yeah, for your whack ass. Or you
see him.
Yeah, and take the chip. So and that's going to be another way that CHIP comes to pass as well, because of falsified documentation. Okay. So when we see this,
digital ID.
this take place as documentation has to be presented to see if you can do, commerce and trade to keep the market undergo, because that's going to be how the economy kind of comes back to. Is everybody going to be all in with paying taxes? Everybody's going to be all in.
They're going to be forced to.
With being able to do transactions and work, so that that this NWO can be set up. But it's gonna exclude a lot of the Northern Kingdom, So they're gonna push that MOTB, man. You want that crypto? You want that UBI?
Yep, exactly.
Tap in.
Exactly. They've gotten Jake dependent on that welfare state.
Yeah.
Like with Northern Kingdom coming over here, relying on all this money the government's been giving them to make it. Like they got more money than us.
Well, if I'm to say, over there in their countries that they came from, that was already instituted in them, and then whenever they came over here, it increased on a higher level. So that's why they're so comfortable of accepting money. It's like what C. Schwab said. It's like you're gonna own nothing and you're gonna like it. Well, they don't own anything. They're used to being the welfare babies, right? And guess what? They like it.
Well, yeah, and it's gonna cause a lot of these under the table deals that Esau do too, to have illegal aliens work at their residence. It's gonna cause that to cease too. So a lot of these businesses is gonna fail as well. We see these small businesses that have to hire, immigrants and pay them cash.
Okay, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They're already stopping it. You can't. They're stopping the use of the blue strips. In 2025. I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're phasing it out.
Yeah, so they phasing it. You can't. A lot of these stores you can't use cash no more. They're not accept. Every fucking store you go to, they're not accepting no $100 bills. They can't break it down. And
they're getting ready. They're getting rid of cash registers. They're getting ready. They're getting rid of cashiers. They like case in point, the Kroger we go to, it just opened up that whole new aisle of what do they call them, self checkout. Yeah. It already had a bunch.
Yeah,
but now there's like 20 of them bitches.
Yeah,
you see, every time I go to the store, it's like one register open that like somebody scanning items, and then they get busy. Then somebody get 2 for a second, and they do like a little ease off. But majority of it is just one side. It's just self checkout. Everybody, and there's one nigga just standing there acting like he's doing something.
That's gonna be a robot. That's gonna be a damn Tesla bot.
Tesla bot
with a gun.
Yeah, for real. Robot dog on that. I had something. Okay. I had that revelation.
Okay.
This Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, it says, I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, I'm gonna read verse 11. Let's get to the point. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death.
Yep, because with the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony, all right, that's Yahushai's basically his protection upon you. You know, his cosign. You know, like Yahushai is literally in the heavens, like, you know, spare this brother, or, you know, have mercy upon him. You know, he's been doing, you know, what I commanded him to do. That's the type of things that are happening in the spirit. You know,
at the Passover, we had the blood on the doorposts. You know, we're gonna have that blood upon our head. You know that that's the why, if you will, to let us be passed over, man. To let us cease from being touched in this time to come. You know, Lord willing, we endure. Because you're about to say, go.
Could you read that again?
Yep.
And it's like,
yep. It's Revelation 12 and 11. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death.
Yep.
You want to read that?
It was a little more.
Come on, you got it.
It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yep.
And we see that. We see that this man is gearing up to be able to push extreme laws in a short period of time, like we touched upon on earlier in this lesson. Trump can get in there, and in 6 months we can see a drastic change of the current state we live in, because all three houses are Republican.
Yep.
So having executive orders be pushed after one after another. I mean, this man, it's like every day he's hiring somebody. He's announcing somebody to that has no experience in the field, to just, you know, putting them in. He getting the team ready. Yeah. He calling in the goddamn Avengers for his you know, for his kids' seats, man. It's like, what the fuck?
Yep. And two, considering how fast things pick up, you know, geopolitically, you know, because two, Trump is known as basically a hammer, you know, in comparison to you know, Sleepy Joe. You know, geopolitically, they're basically building up the narrative to, as, you know, basically these other nations need to act now. They need to go ahead and make their moves now, you know, because once Trump gets in, you know, he's gonna be that hammer. So we'll see what happens over the next, you know, couple of months with China and Taiwan. We'll see what happens with Iran. All right, Iran really still ain't really done nothing. All right, even after, you know, the small hats, you know, was making them look crazy. They did that little strike, you know, those little missile barrages that they've been doing.
The drone strikes.
Right. But really, you know, like the scriptures say, you know, Ishmael is coming together. You know, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Yemen, all right, all these various Ishmaelite nations, what they call the axis of resistance, you know, they're emboldened. You know, you got the North Korea, South Korea situation bubbling. So we'll see, man. Things could change very drastically. You know,
are you gonna pull that
yeah. It's Jeremiah chapter 51.
51, 28, or 50?
what, Fanners?
Not going into Esau being.
Oh, here we go. Jeremiah 50 and 23. It says, I'm gonna start at verse 22. It says, "A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction." And that's what we see. The sound of battle is in the land, right? That trumpet is being blown. Okay, and that's through the instrument of the prophets. Okay, but really, it's about to get even louder. You know, when we start to see military troops arrive on the soil, we start to see draconian measures be taken. War gets closer.
The draft.
Yeah.
You know, speaking as a man, I wholeheartedly believe that World War III is going to take place. While Trump, you know, Trump has got to be the president to bring up.
Well,
you know, the way they've been setting them up, because we always talk about, the parallel between Trump and Hitler. Case in point, it's just the vibration he coming with. It's a warmongering spirit.
Yeah.
Esau is roused back up on the Eastern Hemisphere with Russia, right? Because Russia is nomen omen, means to arouse, right? Rus. So you got them getting roused up on that side, but on the Western Hemisphere you got Trump rousing up Esau. So it's a perfect clash, man.
So they're both Edomites.
Exactly.
All right. It's just one's a stronger Edomite than the other Edomite, but they both have war in their heart. All right. But I'll pull this card.
If I can say, let's not forget too. Just touching, just adding on to y'all's brother's points. This man had an assassination attempt upon him on camera, man, on live TV, getting shot in the ear, and then he did that Masonic pose of the fist in the air,
Five.
which we know what happens after that little enchantment. We seen, Black Lives Matter when they put the fist up, and shit started falling, man. Shit started breaking down. That's a sign of anarchy.
Yeah.
A sign of a hammer, if you will, a sign of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That was more eye opening than people really realize. And his name being that Noma Om was Trump. Trump card is like he gets fuck the rules, like So
is there more on that Jeremiah 50? Did we get to the hammer?
No, we didn't. It says verse 23. It says, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?"
I'll show you that,
bro. This man has been in power, and we're literally seeing his downfall, man. We seeing him get sloppy, him do all this shit in too soon. It's like he's jumping the gun, man. We see it slipping out of the power slipping out of his hands.
He's been trying to fill his belly, and yeah.
Well, even the crunk is Trump. It's been plagued, but
touch.
Like when you get a disease, you have an asymptomatic phase where your symptoms aren't all the way showing. You got something. That's where we at. We know what, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the symptoms haven't really kicked in yet.
Yeah.
But this is Isaiah 13:17. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, and their eyes shall not spare children." So right here lets you know that war is coming to the shores of America, and then that links up with You know, the scriptures where it talks about the virgin daughter of Babylon, right? Was that Isaiah 47? And the reason that it's Babylon to a virgin because right, the landmass of North America has never been invaded, but we know that's already ended. You know, because again, the Northern Kingdom coming up here, them opening up the border, let in all different types of militia group members from gangs from all over the world. You know, that's the family.
For what you have to take it. All right? And they're stronger than you.
Yep.
All right, because your kingdom is the dated state. You know, America's not the same as it used to be.
Americans are soft.
They're soft as shit.
We live it like the Elder Ariella said at noon camp the other day. Americans live a very delicate and pampered lifestyle. These people coming over here from other parts of the world are coming from third world, second world countries where they don't have all these little luxuries and hot showers, and they don't have that. They've been dealing with the stiff reality of life, and they've been seeing how you Americans been living, and they just waiting.
Yeah, they have coveted them. You know, they want it. So this is their time to take it. Mm-hmm. So y'all think y'all going to take them out when really it's going to be a head-to-head war. Yep. All right, but this is 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 70. It says, "For they shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai." Right? Mm-hmm. It says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai." All right. So even though the 2/3 have been brought up here for all hell to break loose, all right, the 1/3 that's here is gonna have to go through the same plagues, you know, as everybody else. All right, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai is gonna set up that banner. You know, he's gonna set up that protection, you know, for us to get out of there. You know, Lord's will, we're a part of that number.
Right, because Esau's about to lump us in. He's about to the men of the Lord, right? If you have been, you know, pushing this word, if you've been, or for a nigga that just knows the truth and been out here just doing whatever the hell he want to do, teaching whatever the hell he want to teach, doing all that, guess what? You're going to be lumped in with these niggas getting rounded up and deported. Really, again, that goes back to the point of the lesson. Really, that whole thing is just cover. You know, really that thing is just the order or the chaos they need to bring in the order. You know, really Esau wants to come after us, wants to come after the men of the Lord. You know, so in the midst of this mass deportation, right, that Trump is getting ready to carry out, you're going to have, you know, military, private militia groups, you know, all types of Edomites, all type of government, you know, entities, CIA, whatever.
Ex-army.
Yeah,
like anybody that has been somewhat in a position of power.
Yeah.
All right, that's to come up against you.
Yeah, they're gonna be coming to get you niggas, man. And a lot of you women. Because like you're saying, this is the Civil War.
Yeah.
Because once this happens, like the brother said, these people that have been coming over the border, they armed to the teeth. They ain't about to just get taken into like camp.
Nah,
what? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of women, and it's gonna be a lot of children getting taken to these camps because men is gonna be duking it out, fighting it out. you know,
Yeah.
sword v sword.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
And they're gonna be prey. Like women
Booty.
and children are just prey.
Booty.
Like you think these troops like they gonna like men like get like shooting trying to chase and fight men like that's gonna be like hard as fuck. That's gonna have a lot of wear. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Word.
but these women,
gonna be-
these children, man, they just hear a couple gunshots and they gonna get it. They gonna get in order. You know. So like it's man, it's about to be all these people living comfortable. Goodness.
You keep going on that, bro.
I'll try that one again.
Or 70.
71. Like it says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then they shall know who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Okay, because and how you're gonna know who the chosen is because how about Shimon Shai is gonna put up a protection upon the elect. You know, even through the hell and the turmoil that's going on, you know, some people won't be touched, or the Most High will deliver them from that peril. You know, a chariot might fly over and just beam them up, just to remove them out of the position that they were in, like Enoch. Case in point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe it's that Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, where it talks about how he took him away from a nation that was wicked. Loosely paraphrasing, I think it's Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 10. You know, but you can get it if you want to, but
Psalms 18 goes into that. When David talks about how basically a chariot came and delivered him, you know, that whole chapter goes into like what the brother's saying. You know, we have a multitude of scriptural examples, man. The Lord gave us not one, not two, not three. The Lord gave us plenteous, you know, scriptural examples. That's why the scriptures say, you know, the things aforetime were written for our learning. You know, that through the patience of the scriptures we might have hope, roughly paraphrasing.
And the hope is how about Shai that delivering us from the same.
No, I was gonna say there's more on that segment of 16 if you want to get it.
Verse 74. It says, "Here, O you, my beloved, saith Yahweh Shai, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same."
Right. So be excited.
All
right, be excited, man. You know, and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Carnally, it's gonna be easy to slip into that. Oh shit. You know, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's when you're gonna have to. That's when you're gonna have to. You know.
Step into a lamb gym.
You're gonna have to turn. You're gonna have to be a self-starter. Like I did a lesson on that a few weeks back. You got to be a self-starter, man. Like you got to have, you know, different. First, you got to be, you know, that's what prayer. You know what I'm saying? Calling on the Lord, but even just having little spiritual, you know, reminders, thinking about, you know, maybe a moment you had with a brother or with an elder. Little things like that are gonna keep us going. You know.
But that takes what? That ingredient that takes. It takes oil.
Yeah.
Right? That oil that we're receiving right now in our lamps, right? To have a self-starter, oil is what, you know, it's able to it has the ability to get a fire.
Flammable.
You know?
Uh-huh.
And you know, no matter what, you know, the winds coming, the water that's put upon it, you put water upon the oil fire, it's gonna keep going. It's gonna get more violent. So like that's what we're storing up right now. Mm-hmm. So those found without that oil, if you don't know what the MOTB is, nigga, good luck. You know, if you don't know, breakdowns, nigga, good luck. Get it while it's hot, man. You know.
Yeah. Can you keep? I know you got. Actually, not get what you got. Now,
No,
get what you got.
It's
Oh,
Can you go to the fear not, neither doubt part?
Come. That's what I meant. All y'all should know. Shot.
Okay.
Verse 75. It says, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt."
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. There's zero gray area with that. The Lord gave us clear,
specific instructions.
Specific instructions. Ain't no gray area in that. Could you read that again, Bob?
It says, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt."
Doubt means like, yeah, being afraid is like the end result. It starts with doubt and then it matures like into being afraid. The Lord is saying, nip it in the bud, even with the doubt.
Yeah. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. For Yahweh Shemiah Shai is your God. Okay? Yahweh Shemiah Shai, that's, hey, he's all that we need. All right? Especially going through the times that we're coming in. All right? And pray. Just like the brother said, you got to pray. Sometimes you got to cast off the damn world and fast. All right? Because you're going to have to get into it, because whatever shit hits the fan, you're going to be in it. I'm going to be in it. We're all going to be in it. I'll wrap it out. We make it through. But hey, if we don't, I'll see you next week. I mean, that's really all I can say, because I can't save myself. You know? But you want me to continue? Or
that's pretty much the point.
Go ahead, get it, brother.
Isaiah chapter 5 and 13. It says, I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, "Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not."
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's
you read that again.
Isaiah chapter 65, verse 12. It says, "Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer."
Yeah, and you bow down to the slaughter when you don't got no hope.
Yep.
When you know that you fucked up.
Like a lamb.
You know? At that moment he knew he fucked up. That's when y'all are gonna realize, man, maybe I should have hearkened. Maybe I should have stuck around and listened to the camp. Maybe I should have not been a nigga on the comment board. Maybe I should have, not let the woman stop me from, giving myself to the ministry. That's when all those things are really gonna sit. Jake is gonna be sitting on the forefront of Jake's mind, because he's gonna feel that disconnect. He's not gonna feel the presence of the Lord, because even Israelites, because they're Israelites, or not simple, even wicked Israelites, because they're Israelites, they still feel like the Lord is dealing with them just because they're Israelites. You see what I'm saying? And Jake can sing, Jake can,
got an entitled process.
Right. But there's a difference. There's a difference between being an Israelite, all right, and being a man of the Lord, being somebody who, during this grace period, you are actually sincerely seeking Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
And you had the example of that through David in the house of Saul. When David, Saul, his last moments was him falling on his own sword, asking for his armor bearer to take him out.
Man.
And that's what a lot of these, that was like mercy. That was mercy, man. That the Lord had him not had the armies come catch Saul.
Yep.
So, because we know what the in times past, how the ancient world, they used to get down with the kings when they found them.
Yeah.
So, a lot of Jake is not gonna get that opportunity to go out like that. But I had a little more on this. Verse 13, it says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing of joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So when these troubles come, these terrible times of woes and lamentations and mournings, you're gonna have a remnant that's gonna be satiated and satisfied and laughing at the pain. You know, if you laughed at us in our prayer, our hope, our as what you thought was a vain work, you're gonna be laughing at your vain way of going out, your last moments of living. And we're gonna see one other side of it. We're gonna chop it up about it. We're gonna figure it out then.
You got something? I'm good.
Well,
We close out with something.
nah, I'll try to do that.
You sure? No, if you have a precept, we can close with a precept. You know what I mean?
I was gonna pull that with Solomon
Yeah, you got it.
3:1.
Yeah, you got it.
It says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hands of Yahweh Shai,
Yep.
and there shall no torment touch them." You know, it says, "In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and the departure is just taken for misery." You know, going into this whole thing that's about to go down. Yeah, the elect is going through it with you, all right? But that doesn't mean that that's going to be the end of their reward. You know, that they're going to go down. You know, some of them aren't even going to die, but you're going to see that they're going through hell, and to y'all, it's going to be a rejoicing period. But to us, we're here that they stood sticking for Yahweh Shai. It's going to be for our benefit. All of this is just the test. Yahweh Shai wants to see who is actually for him. All right.
Yep.
So, hey,
I got something we can finish with.
oh, shot.
This is 1 Peter 1:7. It says, let me start up. 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, "Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations." And that's what we're getting ready to go through. Manifold temptations, right? Families getting ready to turn on you. Gonna be a damn smear campaign, right? On the men of the Lord, right? It's gonna look like we through, you know. But really, it's all a process. It's a transformation process. The Lord is making us go through this so that he can give us the kingdom. The scriptures say it's the Lord's pleasure, you know, to give us the kingdom. You know, but what also did he say? So the kingdom of heaven is within you. So really it's just the Lord is transforming us.
Pulling it out of you.
He's pulling it out of us.
He's making it known.
Mm-hmm.
I will show you that.
1 Peter 1:7, it says that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So because the scriptures talk about enduring until the end. If you endure all the way up to that last moment, you still got that faith, even if it's an inkling. What does scripture say even about an inkling? The mustard seed. If you make it up to to wherever it is, the guillotine, or the Lord, you know, have you ducked off, whatever. At the point when the chariot pull up, or you got to go back, if you got that faith in your conscience, you're going to be greatly rewarded, man. That's a win.
Yeah.
Others going, man, listen, like I never forget. There's a quote. I wish I could find. I gotta find it. It's like a gad. It's like an old Native American quote, and he basically talks about how, like, there's a way to die and be at peace. Like, even though, like, it looked like you're taking, like we just read the Wisdom of Solomon 3. Like, you got, you know, Gad, because, you know, like you said, you know, they were warriors. So there'd be a lot of times in battle, yeah, they lost, but really in the spirit, it was like,
we won.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They felt this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, y'all knew that I was here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
And you get how about you outside? It's going to put that same energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, we were here.
We'll be back.
Yeah. See you in the next life, like the Maccabees brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the second Maccabees brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So hey, we all can go through this hell.
Yep. But hey, that was all I had. You know, Lord's willing, this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash. Double honors again to all the elders and apostles, bishops, great millstone that rule well and teach well. Shalom to the next lesson.
Shalom.